Hi guys. So today we're going to be doing some tests. We're going to test a new press and first time printing in the shop since we're locked in. So I have some Gamblin tack reducer. I have here just some Gamblin Cool Black for etching, some etching ink. Figured might as well get etching over relief in case I decide to make a etching press in this time period. I might, who knows. So this is my etching. This is etching ink I bought. And then so these two things right here, I got them at Paper Arts. She is a supplier of Gamblin inks. Terry is the shop owner. And so she is a supplier, so place I knew that was local, they can give me good quality ink. So highly think these are good brands and like them a lot better than Speedball. Okay. Found an old brayer, pretty good condition. Sticks a little bit, but when I roll it across here, it should be just fine. Okay. Put down a piece of plexiglass, kind of just taped it down to my work surface. Scrap I had laying around, and then a putty knife. A cheap little putty knife. Alright, so let's open up this bad boy. So the can comes off real easily. Now they put a protective seal, and we want to make sure we put that back down. This keeps it from getting dried out. Now this one doesn't have that lovely little finger pull to pull it, so you got to kind of pinch it, and you can see how that looks. Feels really nice. Okay, nice and smooth. It's not dried out. Okay, should be wearing some gloves so I don't get all inky, but oh well. I'm just going to take out a tiny bit and then lay my protective seal down. I'm not going to do a big addition, so I just need a little bit. Now notice when I do this, I lightly scrape the surface. I don't dig in it like I'm digging for peanut butter, or I want to get a light little bit to come out. That should be plenty for my printing I'm going to be doing this afternoon. Put my seal back down. Okay, that looks good to me. Okay, put my cap back on. Now, all these cans come with a little piece of electrical tape. Make sure you wrap your electrical tape back around your can when you're done. The reason is it keeps it fresh longer. So don't throw that away. So you want it to look like that. Also, it helps to tell you, hey, that's black ink, without even looking at the label, if you put the right tape on. Okay, so that feels good. So now I'm going to use some of this. This is kind of sticky. I know it's going to be sticky right off the bat. So I'm just going to put a little bit out on the side. Okay. I'll work in as much as I need. Now, when using a scraper, okay, you want to scoop and then bring it down. Scoop, bring it down. Scoop, bring it down. Just like so. And I think I can put all that in. And you will feel it loosen up as you put it in. Really work in the friction. It's a nice 70 something degrees outside, so the heat in here is pretty good. It's a little warmer in my studio. Now I feel that worked up pretty nice. I might have put a little too much in, but we'll see as I print it. So I'm gonna lay all my ink at the top. Put a nice little ink well up there. use the residual bit right here I scraped to keep a nice thin pad for my roller. Get any excess off my spatula. Okay, now I'm going to lay that right there at the top. When I need it, I can grab it again. So, next, grab my block. So here's my block. So I'm going to scoot my table down so you can see me ink. So first I'm going to get my brayer, load it up, charge it. Now listen for the sound. You want it to be nice and smooth. If it sounds like bubblegum smacking, that's too much ink. You want a nice thin amount of ink. Okay? Now I'm going to run across the areas, so I don't really want to hit in these two areas. So I want to run it nice and even. First I kind of do it softly. Put the ink down. And I'm getting a nice little black feeling on there. It feels pretty good to me. Oop, hit a little spot there. We'll see if it shows up on the print. Might not. Make sure you really coat it nicely. And I think I got a good coat. Alright, time to test out the printer. Okay, here we go. Let's test it out. So, see if you can see it. Okay, we ran it through. And there we go. We got a print. So the press works. So pleased with it. Let's turn around. Let's get a little feel for it. So notice that it prints backwards from the original. So if you wanted to have a certain direction, you want to make sure you get that. Now if those little black spots right here bug you, you can chisel those out a little deeper so it gets a little deeper in here. To me, I don't think I don't mind it too much. And then, so I did a couple tests before I pressed play just to see. My paper was a little curved, and so I got this kind of funky off register spot. And then my first one was just a little too light versus my second one, so it usually takes a couple passes anyway to work. But all in all, the press seems to work. I put this little microfiber towel down just to keep the block from shifting or sliding as I was running it through, and that seemed to work really well as another alternative. I probably will get one of those rug mats to keep everything from shifting or sliding as I use the press, but I think it works, and hope you enjoyed watching me test out the print. Okay, next we'll do is clean up our ink. Alright, how to clean up our ink. First, get your most pulled up ink area and then put it on your plastic like so. Okay. Then scoop back your next amount of ink. Then come back a little bit and then scoop that out. Next one. Alright. Come back, get all that ink up as much as you can. and then keep putting it back down on the plastic, each time moving a little bit away from the main pile. And that's set up and ready for my next piece. Let me make sure I get all the ink off my spatula and a nice little well like so. I know it's a little hard to see with the black. Alright, now you take the ink and you lay the base of the ink on the top like so. Kind of fold it in half. Okay, so that the two ink wells are touching. Then you come over here, you coat it, cover up one side like so. Come over here, fold that in half. So basically you're making a little envelope. Come back over, and then you'll be able to see that it's black ink right there. And then I don't usually use duct tape. That's all I had real close to me. So I'll just take a tiny bit of tape and then close it up. Now I'm ready. Next time I need it, it's already mixed and ready to go. So when I want to print. Now, take a little bit of baby oil. I got a baby gel. So I'm just going to slip that down there. And then I'm going to scrape that gel or baby oil across my surface here. Now if you have mineral spirits, that will work, but that is toxic. You can also use colloid oil. You can also use Simple Green. We like the purple Simple Green in the shop, and that's the best cleaning agent I think out there. Okay, so once you get that all smoothed out, clean off your brayer or your spatula with it a little bit. Okay, then take a paper towel, fold it in half, fold it in half again, fold it one more time, and then fold it in quarters. Okay, just like a little sponge. Okay, come down along the side of your ink and get all that first just kind of picked up. Alright, fold this back over, you have a new sponge again. One of the things, we don't waste paper towels, especially in today's age. Now when I flip this over, so one side is filthy, the other side is fairly clean. So I'm just going to kind of fold it again. Got the majority of that ink. And that feels pretty good right now at that point. Gonna clean my spatula. Okay. Now I'm gonna throw this away. They can go in a regular trash. If you use mineral spirit, make sure you put it on a trash outside. It is flammable, so you do not want to catch your house on fire if you're doing this in your living room. I'm very lucky to have a studio. Now, I still see a ink residue here, and I still have a dirty squeegee, so, or not squeegee, but a roller, brayer. So I'm going to put a little bit down on my brayer. Clean up my brayer as much as I can with it. And cleaning the rest of the slab up. Okay. Now I'm going to take my paper towel and move my brayer around and get all the excess off. I usually go over these once over with the Simple Green or the Mineral Spirits. I actually like the Mineral Spirits better for my rollers and brayers, but for right now I don't have any in the shop. Shocking. Clean my slab up a little more. These paper towels suck compared to what I like the blue shop towels. They work a heck of a lot better. So if your paper towels, you seem to be using a lot of them, it's because you're using cheap towels. The better quality towels, it's worth the money. We get most of our towels from Harbor Freight. They sell this big roll of blue shop towels. But currently, right now, they're hard to find. And I'm going to come back over here using the residual baby oil. Clean my brayer as new as possible. Get my sides. Sides need to be cleaned off. You get ink all around the base, and this will stick if you don't clean those sides up. And then you just bought a brayer for 25 bucks and it's all down the tubes because you can clean it strong well enough. Yep, that's looking good. A little piece of paper towel residue. Okay. Clean that a little bit better off camera. You guys get the gist. And then here we go. Clean my spatula, brand spanking new again. Okay. And then once you have your surface cleared off, give it a once over because there's sometimes little fingerprints, residues, and we want our slab to be completely... Alright. Cleaned up everything. Got video interrupted last time, so that's clean. Spatula's clean again. Ready for the next round. Okay. Got all my slab cleaned up. Ink's prepared for next time, so I'm going to set it up here, ready to go. So, now comes the next. Okay, so I got just a plank of wood. So, now I'm going to take one of my prints, set it like so. Take a piece of paper towel for right now. Take my next one, lay it on there. It's hot in my studio, so the fan's not being my friend right now. And so what I want to do is let that ink dry. Okay. So I'm going to set the next one down. Okay. Sorry, that was a little messy. Set that down so I can edit that out. And then I'm just going to get a really heavy book. And you just want to let that dry for just a little bit. Okay. Now my block, I'm not going to worry about cleaning it. I like leaving my blocks dirty. But some people clean them, same process. Don't worry about anything else on the bed. Usually I just kind of wipe things down, make sure I didn't get any ink on anything, and feels good to me. Did some spring cleaning in my studio. I got dust everywhere, so that's sometimes how it is. When you have a wood shop over there, you get wood particles. So, but other than that, that's it in a nutshell. So there's my slab, my press, my other workstation where I'm normally at, and then my plotter is over in the corner there. So it's a nice day. I think I'm going to take the kids for a walk. All right. See you tomorrow.